She was out there walking in the forest, and the sun shining above was beautiful. The birds singing in the trees were beautiful, and the grass beneath her feet was beautiful. And the fresh forest air that she was breathing in was beautiful. It was such a beautiful day. And she kept walking around, enjoying herself, talking to the animals. But after a while, there came a moment when she suddenly heard a loud growl coming from behind her. And she looked back and saw a giant tiger staring at her with very unfriendly eyes. So she was scared and she started to slowly walk away. But at that moment, the tiger started running, and so did she. She was now running as fast as she could. She ran and ran and ran. And every single time she looked back, the tiger was still following, so she ran faster. She was now in a rocky area, and she was running near a cliff. And she looked back once more to see if the tiger was following. But at that moment, she slipped and started falling down the cliff. And it was a huge cliff. It was a long way down, and she fell like a rock. She kept falling and falling and falling. But just as she was falling, she instinctively held out her hands and grabbed onto a tree branch that was sticking out from the rocks. And she stopped falling for a while. She took a deep breath and thought, all right, it's not the ideal situation, but at least I'm alive. I'm not falling anymore. And she looked down on the ground, and it was still a long way down. And she looked up, and it was a long way up. It was a huge cliff, and she was almost in the middle. And she looked down once more on the ground far below, and saw a green patch of grass. She thought, all right, it looks nice down there. Maybe I can climb down and save myself. But at that moment, she started to hear a hissing sound coming from down below. And she looked more carefully and saw that it was not a patch of grass, but it was actually hundreds of green snakes that had gathered down there. So getting down was out of the question. Still hanging onto the tree branch, she looked up. Maybe I can climb up, she thought. But at that moment, the tiger had caught up, and the tiger was now looking down at her with very unfriendly eyes. All right, she thought, let's keep positive. Still hanging on, she thought, either the tiger is going to get tired and going to go away, or the snakes are going to go away, and I will save myself. But at that moment, from a crack on the rocks, a giant rat appeared. And the rat came and started biting on the root of the branch that she was hanging from. Now she was desperate, because if the rat kept eating that branch, she was definitely going to fall. She frantically started looking around to find a solution. But at that moment, she noticed something that she had not noticed before. She noticed one single strawberry on the branch. With one hand, she grabbed the strawberry and put it in her mouth. It was the most delicious, most beautiful strawberry that she had ever tasted in her life. Actually, the moment that she put that strawberry in her mouth was so beautiful. It was such a joyous moment that legend says that in that moment she lived forever. My friends, this was an almost 1,000-year-old Zen story. It's an ancient story. And like most Zen stories, the ending is a bit confusing. Right? What happened? She was about to fall down and die, then ate a strawberry and lived forever. What does it mean? Of course, everyone can interpret that however they want. But this is my interpretation. I think we, you and me and each and every single one of us, we are all up on that cliff, hanging onto that branch. And it is our life. And the rat that is eating it is time. And every day it eats a bit more. And we all know how this story is going to end. We are going to fall. But those strawberries, those beautiful moments that we wish to live forever in, I think they are what life is all about. And I never thought that I would have to give another icebreaker in this club again, but thanks to Pathways, here we are. And I had to look back at my life to find something to talk about. And I saw something interesting. In the past 4 years since I have joined this club, almost every single one of those strawberries were either in this club or together with someone that I had met in this club. All those unforgettable meetings, breakfasts, dinners, surprise birthday parties, people trusting in me with their deepest secrets, people accompanying me on my journey to become a more fulfilled and happier version of myself. people becoming the best friends that I have had in my life. So as I am starting my pathways journey, thank you, my clubmates, for all those strawberries. And I hope there's still many, many more of them to come. Because I believe my most delicious strawberry is the one that I have not tasted yet. Thank you.